Good afternoon, passport holders. Today, June 22nd, 2017, day 965 of the vlogs, and it's been a good move. It's been a good day already, although I am once again congested. High winds last night, all that good stuff, and still, it's warm. Not as hot as it has been. It's only 102 right now at noon, so we'll take that as a victory here in the Valley of the Sun. No, I think I've successfully shifted my sleep schedule to kind of where I want it to be for the remainder of training, if not even further, and that's with me now going to bed at 4 a.m., waking up at 11 a.m., and getting to work. And so today's efforts was taking the 32-minute daily V that came out this morning, splitting that into 5 pieces, 6 pieces, something like that, sending that up to the team so that I could do the co-op talk, which I'm about 20 minutes in on right now, and I should be able to finish that up in the next couple of hours. Clintus's episode went up at 11 instead of 1 or 2 as it normally does. Not sure if he's testing time releases because kids are getting out of school kind of thing, so getting it up earlier might be a good play for him given East Coast, West Coast, that kind of thing. But that's out to the outsourced folks as well. It's a 15-minute episode. So my target, if all goes well today, is for me to be able to get the co-op talk done and Clintus's back and done. And get that done before I go to work, come home, and then do the half-hour episode when I get home at midnight, or, well, really closer to 1. But that is the ideal situation for today. It's a simple win. It's a simple day. I've got to study for the test that I'm going to take today, although I'm not worried about this one because the amount of content that we had was so limited because we had HR in our class last night for 2.5 hours. Doing their normal thing about culture and community and sexual harassment and all those kinds of things, right? Protected classes, standard stuff. And quite frankly, I'm not too worried about it because I think that with the 5 of us who are going to be going on the night side in this training class, I think that'll bring it to 11 people in the building during our shift. So kind of one of those fun things where, we're really building out. We're the first tranche in building out the nightside team. So they have every need for all of us to pass this training class, and that dawned on me last night while I was sitting in there taking the second test that I was stressing so hard about. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday as this is being recorded. Great Friday if you're watching on day of release. Let's get this one started. Safeway. That small grocery run that I wanted to do 2 days ago. Still hadn't done it. Now's the time. Job done. Got some food for lunch today too. Well, 3:35 at this point, and co-op's done. Vlog edit's finished. It's now exporting. Still waiting to get back all the pieces from both Clintus and Daily V 253. Totally okay with that. 253 being in a half hour long itself. I'm not scared of the fact that it's taking people longer times, and especially with this being a very cross-heavy centric episode, I am sure, because Gary's in Cannes right now, sitting there with all the marketing and ad people. Alright guys, so on the way to work, what happened in the last couple hours? The answer is that I took some time, watched a couple innings of the Angels game. Looked like it was going to be a close game, so kept it on the background, got all the way through the 6th before I had to get on the road. So that'll be fun to come back to tonight and watch. But the primary thing that I was doing was thinking about how I'm going to create some kind of additional alignment between what I'm doing in my business and how this experience working at this company, which is an inside sales, inbound sales role, how can I make these things all play together better? And so one of the things that I've constantly struggled with in kind of some of the Facebook ad stuff, the sales funnel stuff that I worked with that consultant with last year, was figuring out a lead magnet that made sense. Because what am I going to do? Like caption 5 minutes of somebody's video on YouTube? I mean, I could do that if they create 5-minute content and provide some value. Or am I going to tell them how to caption their own videos, or should I tell them what they should be looking for from a captioning house? Like, none of that really made sense to me. And so I was looking back over a couple of books that I've read before or read parts of before,
because I've gotten into a pretty bad habit of starting to read a book, getting about a third of the way through, and then getting distracted or, busy or whatever, right, and not finishing it. And there was one in particular that jumped out at me that I bought. Last time I opened it was exactly 13 months ago today. And thinking about the time that I'm going to be spending on the phone, the problem that I have with the business is that I can't generate enough leads at the moment, which is what the Facebook ad stuff was supposed to fix. But when I couldn't point them to anywhere in order to convert that would create real dollars, either one step or 4 steps down the line, it didn't make a lot of sense for me to be collecting email addresses anyway. So I was trying to just figure it all out, and it all of a sudden clicked for me that I should not be chasing, a situation. Oh, let me turn that fan down for you. I should not be chasing email signups to send, automatic emails and all this and that. Like, I know this from experience from how I got my first 15 clients in the business. I did it by talking to them. And this job is going to force me to get much better in sales, phone sales. So I'm thinking more and more that the way that I can make all this line up appropriately is going to be me creating sales funnels with the pure intention of, when you sign up, you're signing up for an opportunity to have a free consultation with me. And so that will be the way that I would begin to use all of this in order to snap it all together. So the better I get at sales at this job, the more likely I'm going to be able to close those sales in my business. And so since the Facebook ad stuff is pretty much a non-issue any longer, I'm not scared of doing it. I've got results. I know what the ad spend looked like. I know how to target my ideal clients. So I'm going to be able to do that kind of stuff and make all this kind of align. And once I kind of got my head wrapped around that, I started to draw up diagrams of how I thought everything should go. And it just made sense. It made sense for my personality, right? I've been substantially happier this week being around people, which is something that I wasn't expecting after 5 years of being out on my own and really appreciating that independence. So, I know that I have to see people every once in a while. Like that's documented here in the vlog of me going and working at bars or restaurants or friends' houses or whatever, right? That's there. So why not leverage that by talking with people about something that I really care about, which is my business? And the bigger thing here is that the real service that I can provide in there is the knowledge that I have of the 15 now over the lifetime of the business, clients' businesses that I've seen and I've interacted with. So I've got an idea on how these business models work and who should be working with what kinds of tools or these partners. And that's a major value that I can bring in a phone conversation while also talking about closed captioning and the benefits. And the one was that said search engine. So all these things are starting to line up in my mind, and it makes me triple down on wanting to do this job well. And so I'm excited about it, but I'm done chatting because it's getting hot here in the car and I would like to turn the AC back on. So I'll see you guys after work. And yeah, it should be a good 5.5 hours between here and there.
All right, guys. I am fading fast. Since I got back here, though, I was able to finish Clintus's episode, 15, 16 minutes, something like that. I did piece together all of Daily V253. I did the line leveling on it, and I could just start to feel myself shutting down. And so the best thing for me to do right now is to just try and go and sleep, especially because tomorrow I have to go over to Ben and Kami's in order to do a load of laundry. I've needed to do my sheets and towels probably for about 2 to 3 days, given the fact that it's so hot here overnight. I just didn't want to do, I don't want to be sweating in them, and especially with another hot weekend coming up. I've got both sets of sheets already basically soaked. And so I would prefer, especially given the fact that this week's going to be hot, finally we're going to, get down underneath 105 consistently next week. So I'd much rather have both pairs of sheets in the event that changes. And so, yeah, I just want to be able to take care of that and make sure that I've got clean options, especially because, coming forward next week with what's on the schedule right now, things are going to get a little busy for me on the day side and the night side. So kind of one of those things where one step at a time kind of stuff, but trying to make it work. As always, though, thank you so much for your time and your attention. I appreciate them both. It means the world to me that those of you who tune in every day do. Again, I know that there's so much in transition and that I'm not doing a great job of documenting a lot of it because there's a lot going on. I'm trying my best, but at the end of the day, I'm not doing a good job. At the same time, though, I've always said this is about me recording my personal growth and putting it out there in public for accountability. So thank you guys for providing that, and I certainly hope that, I'm able to do more fun and interesting things in the near future. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good about things, which is a heck of a turnaround from 36 hours ago. Remember, though, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still. So go do cool stuff. Bye for now.